This is Ross. Ross is a resident of Saugeen Shores. Recently, Ross was talking to his friend Nadia, who had just moved to the area and is now building a house in Saugeen Shores. Nadia was telling Ross all about the process of getting her house built and mentioned something about paying DCs. Ross wasn't sure what Nadia was talking about, so he went to the municipal office to ask what DCs were. What does DC even stand for? Ross sat down with Jay, who is the Supervisor, Development Services, to find out more.
So Ross, you say you want to know about DCs. I'm happy to help. The simplest answer is that DCs, or development charges, are fees collected to help pay for new infrastructure and services that are required because of growth. In Saugeen Shores, DCs are paid by the person getting a building permit. That may be the builder, homeowner, or business. Let's take a look at exactly what DCs might pay for. When someone builds a new house, or maybe a new plaza, there's much more to do behind the scenes than simply build the structure. We may need to build a new road, or add water and sewer services to connect to our facilities. As our community grows, it also means that we need to expand other services like our police and fire departments, or our recreational opportunities like trails and playgrounds. Development charges help pay for these things. So DCs are important in Saugeen Shores because building new infrastructure is essential to ensure we can continue growing and providing services to our residents. It is also important to ensure existing taxpayers don't pay for the infrastructure needed as a result of growth. We don't want our residents to see increased taxes or decreased services. We want everybody to benefit from appropriate growth. You may have heard that Saugeen Shores is the fastest growing community in the region, and that's true. And that's exactly why we have development charges, to ensure we are prepared for that growth. About half of all municipalities in Ontario have DCs, but since each community is different and growing at different speeds, their DC structures are also very different. That makes it hard to compare us to other communities, but what I can tell you is that when comparing the dollar amounts, our development charges are about average with other municipalities in southwestern Ontario. Now, we always want to make sure that we collect enough DCs to match the needs of our community. That's why we occasionally review our development charges. The latest review looks at how growth is expected to continue through to 2040 and what services will be needed to support the expected growth. Does that make sense to you, Ross? I know we talked about a lot of things, but what it essentially comes down to is development charges are fees collected to pay for infrastructure and services that help Saugeen Shores grow.
Looks like that makes sense to Ross. If you are interested in learning more about development charges or the latest review process, visit saugeenshores.ca/DC. You can also reach out to us through social media at Saugeen Shores ON or send us an email at communications@saugeenshores.ca or give us a call at 519-832-2008.